Just took my inhaler. Hopefully, I'll be okay. I feel like it's already shortness of breath. Let me have two puffs. Okay. Okay. I just had to have a little discussion with myself because I saw Hayden and Cap switch last night, and I was like, I don't want Hayden living with Alba. And so I just had a discussion about it. And it's the superhero parts of them, their higher selves that switched last night. So it's not the one that's married to Alba. It's not the human. It's not the human part of Chris because I'm pretty sure Hayden doesn't want that to. I'm pretty sure Hayden and I just thought of that together. Okay. Um, Earth fights back, I guess I'm going to call this one. It's like y'all change your minds like every other second. It's like 1 second you're like, oh, okay, I shouldn't do this. Like, I should remember what happened last time, like with COVID and everything. And then, like, you concede to the princess, and then that resets your factory settings. And then the next second, you're like, I feel like I should arrest you. And that means usually a gigantic panic attack. And that's what happened last time as well. We have space terminology for human words. I had open heart surgery again last night. Um, they're like, you're having open heart surgery again, princess. That's why. Cause sorry, it was like really itchy. It was like really itchy in here, and they're like, you're having open heart surgery, princess. That's why it's itchy. I'm like, how many times have I had open heart surgery this year? It's crazy to me. Like, humans can't get a grip on reality this year. And so I have to constantly work on myself. That means they're constantly challenging me and putting me on my emergency bed. Obviously, they've been doing that a lot all year. But I woke up sort of in a fright last night and it was all itchy here. And they're like, you're having open heart surgery again, princess. That's why. I was like, okay. It's sort of like I'm not in my space bubble time crunch. So it's like the drugs, there's no drugs in the room. Okay, but the space codes, the space drugs, they're on light right now. Um, they're on light, and so it's like an itch in my throat. It's like that. But when if they do pull me out or pull me up or anything like that. It gets like a lot more um, pronounced. And I had like so many surgeries, the last time when I was in my space bubble. I had like a medic in my room almost every single night. I had like doctors and nurses in the ether in my room almost every single night last time working on me. And it wasn't a lot of open heart surgeries last time, but it does seem like it's going to be a lot of open heart surgeries this time. And I'm really not looking forward to that. Because it's like, it's happening. Because, Gigi always says, this is happening. It's happening. And it is happening. I'm not saying she's wrong. It is happening for sure. But it is like the precursor. It is like the prefunctory. We are prefunctory. These are like warnings to humanity. And I guess I'm just like kind of lethargic about thinking about it all happening because I'm just like, oh my God. Like, I can't believe this might happen, like, in an out loud way or like a more pronounced way, in the not pre-funked way, like the humans aren't going to take the warnings. They're going to take the warnings for granted, and then it's going to send us into this crazy space feeling again. My other aliens know exactly what I'm talking about, and I don't have to over explain it to them. They know exactly what I'm talking about. This is supposed to be a happy year. I keep saying that because this was supposed to be a happy year, and I think we can do a more of a. I'm hoping we can do a more do. We can have more of a do. We can use more do technology than a general technology. You know, because I think that there's a lot of really good people on this planet, and that's what I don't like is when the innocent people suffer. The ones that turned around, confessed their sins, and went going in the right direction. Those are the innocents in my eyes. Haven't we all sinned? I have a lot to talk about. I'm just lethargic and I'm just a little bit depressed about all the news, all the stuff that has happened in the recently. mean, I can't believe, like, we got Linda Caldwell given the performance of her life being the poltergeist mom. And then we got other moms that are just like, meh. You know what I mean? You got Linda over there freaking out because she hears my voice through the loudspeaker say, hi, Mom. Just like the freaking poltergeist movie. And she's freaking out about it. And we got other moms that are just like, Princess. Like, how many times do y'all need to appreciate yourself? You know what I mean? How many times do you guys got to go through the same lesson? I'm sick of it. I'm sick of going through the same lesson. I'm really tired of it. I saw the water turn off last night. I'm trying to stop y'all in your tracks. I'm trying to talk some sense into y'all. Okay? I saw the freaking water just turn off, just clean shut off last night. Okay, is that a warning to humanity? I think it is. I think y'all are used to running water in your households by now. Hot and cold water, cleaning yourself, cleaning your clothes, cleaning your bodies, cleaning your dishes, helping you with your cooking. I think y'all are very, very, very used to that by now, and that would be a shock to humanity if y'all had just lost your water privileges overnight. Am I saying this out loud to y'all guys to try to talk some sense in y'all? This coffee is made from water from the tap. It's not really recommended to drink the water from the tap in New Jersey, but I know better. I know better for myself, but I can't give any recommendations on this planet because the perfunctory doctor codes. I mean, I had open heart surgery last night, but the water from the tap is kind of illegal to drink. I woke up in the middle of, I always try to like figure out where I'm going to start because it's just so much. I got Hebius Globin and his, the TV is bright purple. I got Hebius Globin and his dimensional door to get into my house is downstairs underneath of my bedroom in the dining room, and he comes in through a dimensional door that way. Last night I saw a new portal open up on this side of my bedroom, which I'd never seen before, and it looked very smoky, like it was like a smoky oval portal, and there was hearts on top of it, pink hearts, and then there was sort of like heavenly blue around it, heavenly bluish purple. And I think that's a portal to Hyrule that I've never seen before in my bedroom before. That's a new one. Okay, so y'all are alerting Hyrule. Okay, y'all are alerting Link and Zelda. I know it's hard for y'all to understand the Zelda factor because Zelda isn't cleaned out. She's affected by Earth energy, but she's still got natural energy. So I recommend only talking to Link. Don't talk to Zelda really because she's probably not going to be the best guide for you yet because Alyssa's not Zelda on Earth, so she isn't the correct Zelda. That's kind of how it works. If I'm not treated properly royally in my castle on Earth, then y'all are going to get kind of a fake queen in Hyrule, and that's basically how it works. But she still loves her daughter, so she still has the same agenda as everyone. She's just not going to be like cleaned out, basically. She's going to be a dirty Zelda. dirty agendas. I mean, like I said, my friends understand me perfectly clear. They don't need this to be over explained. They understand that conversation extremely clearly. um, so I did see that. I started my foot started to be tortured again by the Palladian last night, and then I basically just said, aliens are not as forgiving as I am to humanity. Stop now. And that talked the Palladian out of zapping me all night long, which is basically torture, being zapped all night long. So like my sleep's interrupted. So that stopped, and then it became like a warm like sparkly feeling in my foot, and then it stopped. Okay. Getting me pulled off this planet is very bad for the Earth in general. Me being on this Earth is better for the planet. So I woke up in the middle of the night. Hayden was alerted, or Anakin, if you want to call him Anakin. He was alerted in space, in the space station. Okay, he was alerted in the space station because y'all, I get like right after y'all conceded with torture, with the Palladian zapping torture, y'all conceded, and I was like, okay, cool, we're good. And I fell asleep, and then I was woken up in the middle of the night because y'all changed your mind a couple hours later, and we're still fighting back with Mr. Anakin already, and it alerted him in the space station. He flew out of the space station, zero gravity, zero space apparatus on him, and he was floating in space. Okay, so he is clearly an alien. His body can take the zero gravity force of space. And he was floating in space, and he was looking down at Earth. And then he flew down to Earth, flew down here into the field next to my house. He pulled me out, and he turned me into a little girl. I think I was about 7, and I was asleep in his arms in my nightgown, which I did wear a lot back in the day there in the 80s. And I want to say it was definitely a reenactment of what happened when I was a child, but it's also happening in the now. And so he pulled me out, and he basically told humanity, and it's a threat to turn me back into a child. That's a threat, okay? That's not something y'all should be looking forward to, because that means you're not respecting the queen in the current moment in her 44-year-old state. Soon to be 45. It's December 19th. And I mean, don't I say it all the time? I'm almost 50. What are we doing? It's crazy. Okay, so he pulled me out, turned me back into a little girl, and said, I will take her out, I will pull her out, and I will adopt her, and I will be her mom. Okay. He has already done that. He has already done that. We already went through this. That's why I'm just like, every day I'm just like, we already went through this, but it's crazy. It's going to be more advanced this time, is what I'm saying. It's going to be more advanced. I have a lot more awareness. Mr. Hayden has more awareness, so it's going to be more fully integrated, more fully embodied on both sides. And yeah, and that was a warning. I mean, he said it. I will pull her out, and that was a warning. Okay, and that's why I'm telling y'all it's better if I'm on Earth, but y'all have to treat me like a royal person on Earth to keep me here on Earth. And this is exactly what happened last year. This is exactly what happened last year, okay? That's why we're in the pre-funct. We're in the pre-functory. But this is a lot of warnings this year. He will do it. He will do it. That's what happened last time, okay? And it feels very weird when I get pulled out. Okay, that's what it feels very weird when I get pulled out. So I know that that's a warning because like I said, it is happening. Like Gigi said, it is happening, but it's like a it's like a warning. He said it. I mean, he said it. He used his mouth. He said, I will pull her out. Right. So that's him saying it. Hayden already has rights to his child, aka me, the princess. He already has rights to me. Okay. I mean, how Earth has not been the same since 2017. Okay, so I don't know why y'all is anything normal? Nothing's normal. Y'all go on TikTok. What is happening in the world? Da-da-da-da-da, like talking about it from like a human perspective when it has not been normal since 2017. Y'all want it to be more intense. Okay, it's going to be more intense, more embodied, more space codes filtering onto the planet, what y'all call light codes, um, or space drugs. It's all the same thing. Okay, again, it's not physical human apparatus called, paraphernalia in sitting on my table or something like that. It's space codes, it's light codes. That's what it is. Okay, it's light codes, and they're filtering onto the planet right now. That's what that was last night. There's a light code filtering onto the planet to make it more embodied and more intense. Okay, that's not something that humans can stop with a physical force of fighting back. Okay, that's not something you can stop. That's something if you fight back with physical force, that's something to make it more intense and to make it happen. That's what that is. Okay, and then that'll cause ancient Egypt to be fully embodied on planet Earth, and it won't be called ancient Egypt anymore. It'll be called Earth. It'll be called Earth 2025. It'll be called today. That's what it'll be called. It'll be called today. It won't be called ancient Egypt anymore. It'll be called today. And then I saw Cap land in this yard over here, and he put his hand on the ground and he said, and I saw the Avengers symbol in my mind, and he said, Avengers assemble. And I did that during the summer. See, I'm not Cap, so I don't have that protocol, but I have I have the muscle memory that Cap has. And I did the same thing this summer. I went into the backyard and I did it. I put my hand on the ground, but I do it in sort of like a Jean Grey fashion where it's like I'm um, kinetically moving energy when I put my hand on the ground. And so it's more of like a mutant fashion or whatever, but we did assemble. And I was talking to Kip about it last night, and he's like, "Yes, we did assemble when you did that, Liz." And I just did that intuitively. Okay, I just did it from my Jean Grey muscle memory, right? It's like sends out energy frequency waves through the ground, and it goes and it encapsulates the earth and calls up the mutants. It's that calls the mutants. That's my protocol to call the mutants, to call the X-Men, and Cap is to call the Avengers. Okay, but it's basically the same thing. Because um, because we're listening to y'all, and you're listening to me, and you're taking my intelligence to heart, and you're having heart to hearts with each other in telepathy only. A lot of y'all, and what we're listening to those conversations, when your telepathy is on, and what you're all saying, and you took my conversation to heart last night, and then you went ahead and tried to embody it as much as possible in your telepathy. Okay, in a very disgusting manner, but you still did try to embody it, and I guess that is a step in the right direction. Okay, so y'all want ancient Egypt to be called today. We will grant that wish. So stop now. That's what we're saying to y'all. We stop now, and we will make ancient Egypt today called today. You know, thoughts become things. Listen to Gigi, y'all. Listen to Gigi. Thoughts become things. It will happen. Okay, so I did have a interdimensional experience last night where I went to a class and they had the wrong teacher. Okay, that's what I'm trying to say. She's in a lot of groups. This woman, she's in a lot of groups, and she was the wrong teacher, and she was basically saying that. I think she was basically saying that she was the savior. So it's like another Jesus narrative. Y'all are calling Jesus onto the planet. That's another thing we think is kind of funny. Y'all are calling Jesus onto the planet, thinking Jesus will save you again. I already went over that a million times. But y'all are calling Jesus onto the planet, and me and Jesus think it's pretty funny that y'all want Jesus on the planet. That's fine. We can go in that direction too. We think it's funny. That Jesus, the real Jesus, that's my best friend. You're talking about. I'll call him by a different name, and y'all can guess what his name is, but I'll call him by a different name. But me and my best friend, we think it's hilarious. Okay, that's my best friend. You're calling him onto the planet. He's in hell. He lives in hell. Okay, that's usually where he resides. He lives in hell. He's teasing me right now. We think it's funny. We think it's funny. We think it's literally hilarious, honestly. Y'all want to call Jesus onto the planet and see the double duo again? Did we already do this, Jesus? We think it's freaking hilarious. We really do, especially when he starts teasing me. Y'all got offended when he started teasing me. Him and I were like, it's funny. Yeah, so I was in a class and she was, I think, calling herself the savior. And I said, I have to stop the class right now. I have to stop the class right now. Who is the savior? Y'all know who it is. And I said, I'm the savior, but then I lost my voice. Like immediately, I couldn't talk anymore after that. Sort of like these broadcasts. And I said, who is the savior, students? And there was, like a crowd of students sitting in chairs, all adults. It wasn't like a school, like a regular pre-K to 12 school. It was like an adult school, an adult school. And there was adults sitting in the audience, and they wanted to say it. They wanted to say it. Who's the real savior, Alyssa? And they couldn't say it. No one could say it. No one could say it. And I was like, why can't y'all say it? Why can't y'all say it? That's weird. What's wrong? Why can't y'all say it? That's sad. And so I woke up this morning and I saw a TikTok that correlated with that, and it was this men's group in Massachusetts, but I want to say upstate New York, so it's probably both. And they said, we're trying to start the Church of Alyssa, but we can't do it, and we're wondering why. That's why I talked about the innocence, the beginning of this sermon, how I want to save the innocents from this. Because they're, people of good nature, of good heart, who did everything that I just said in the beginning. And I hate repeating myself, but they're being stopped. They're being stopped by the people of today. They're being stopped by the people of today. And I don't, my soul does not agree with that. My ears are ringing right now, but they were ringing crazy all night long. Very, very high pitched on both ends. After Cap said Avengers Assemble, that means we are about to assemble. And he's like shaking his head and like sighing because it's like, how many times do we got to do this? He's the same as me. It's disappointing. And there was also a very, very low sound, which would be a hell sound, a low ringing in the ears. That would be a sound from hell. But it was very, very, very quiet. It almost wasn't there. It was almost not there. And so it was there, but it was almost not there. And I want to say it's the embarrassment of earth that is keeping these people that are from hell, that are in line, from coming forward to support me. And that's why we're saying we need to create a safe space for people and their proclivities. And you know what I mean? It's a video game. It's a video game. You don't need the 2.3 kids and the white picket fence and the perfect relationship or the 3D success of a successful career and everything like that, because all that stuff's fake. All that stuff doesn't bring you satisfaction or fulfillment, right? It might bring you a little bit of fulfillment if y'all have sweet kids and y'all are a sweet parent. There might be some fulfillment in there and stuff like that. But for the most part, there's a lot of unfulfilled needs on earth. And that's why we really need to work on creating a safe space for these people that are actually from hell, that to be supported and fully embodied and not feel embarrassed about being themselves on earth. And I definitely support that. Because again, this is a video game. And in a video, what do you do in a video game? Do y'all act like normal people and go to a 9 to 5 in a video game and care about bills and paying electricity and stuff? Or do you do fun stuff in video games usually? And you feel supported when you play video games. That's why so many people play video games all day long. Because you feel supported in being your real self. Right? I already told y'all the earth can support all different types of people in the New World Order. The natural organization of the organic energy will create a perfect earth where you have all sorts of different video games on earth where you can play the different video games, right? You can have like a tiny little portion of earth that's for Grand Theft Auto only, but it's in a safe space and stuff like that. And that's what like living in a video game is like. And I'm just going to use GTA as a general idea of this perfect trope Earth, of this perfect New World Order Earth. But it can reorganize and basically have tons of different neighborhoods that support different types of life. Zombies on Earth is totally possible, and that would be something else. That's the perfect Earth. That's the New World Order perfect Earth, okay? But there's a lot of ways that it can go, and the flat Earth is another way. All right. Okay. Hayden threatened everyone and said that he'll give me the ring. Okay, that was a threat. That was a threat. I guess it's because there's a bunch of people that don't agree that Hayden and I should be allowed to get married. And with y'all fighting back, it made Hayden extremely angry. Yeah, I felt him get angry yesterday when I was awake. And he got more extremely angry as the night progressed. And he said, "That's enough. I will give her the ring. I will give her the ring. I will go forward with this and marry her outright, out loud." Okay, that's what y'all are doing to us. It's going to cause conflict and strife on earth if some of these people can't get it through their heads, okay? And it's going to cause today to happen. Okay, that's why I'm a little disappointed and upset this morning. Because those are those aren't the most promising perfunctory light codes coming onto the planet, okay? There's a nicer and a softer way to do this, and that is to treat me like royalty that I am. All right. I think that's it for today. Thank you. I want y'all to have a good day, okay?